Hey guys, so this is going to be one of the longest makeup related videos that's on my channel, and I'm not going to lie to you, my heart is beating pretty fast right now because this is going to be a mission and a half. I have my whole lipstick collection and my sister-in-law has challenged me to get the lipstick collection down so that I can fit the majority of them in this pink basket. So I was basically splitting it in half. And I also have one of those lipstick holders. I think they hold about 30 from Amazon, so I can use that as well. And I have had some of these lipsticks for, I'm not even kidding you, like 5 years plus, some of them. Especially when I went through my colourpop phase. I brought a lot, I spent a lot. And I don't regret it because colourpop have really good quality lipsticks. Especially their satin lips. And by the way, if anybody knows what's going on with their satin lips, please let me know down below in the comments because I have no idea if they're still stocking them, if they've just randomly discontinued them. Now, I did ask you guys, I'm hugging my lipsticks here because I know a lot of them are going to be going and it's going to be the end. But I did ask you guys on Twitter and on Instagram, would you prefer me to sort these out and share them to you and declutter them by colour or by brand? So how would you like them to split? And it was pretty 50-50 for a while. But we agreed finally, about 70% of you between the two social media sites said you would like them split by brand, which makes sense. So down in the description bar, you will see a whole timestamp information thing with the different brands, and every single lipstick will be linked down below. Every single link will be an affiliate if possible, which means that if you choose to shop from there, I will get a tiny commission. So thank you so much if you do, because these videos take a long time to make, a long time to edit, and you know, it doesn't cost you anything extra to use those links. So if you do use them, thank you so much. Now, I do have a horrendously large collection. I don't know how this collection got so big, honestly. It just did. It just grew and grew and grew. I used to spend a lot of my money, especially before I was married, on buying makeup and waiting for sales and buy one get one free. And especially, like I said, with Colourpop, I say like a third of these are Colourpop, but I have a lot of high-end lipsticks too, Dose of Colour, Charlotte Tilbury. But yeah, this bag is literally full to the brim. This is a Cult Beauty goodie bag, and like I said, this video is going to be long. Now, I'm not going to swatch every single lipstick, but I am going to swatch as many as possible. If you're wondering, by the way, these earrings are from AliExpress, and there's going to be a earring collection video coming up maybe next month. I know I've been saying it for a while, but yeah, I will be doing that as well because quite a few of you have been asking me, and I am pretty proud of my collection of earrings and my jewellery collection so far. In front of me I've got this little foldable table. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to take out all my lipsticks without them all falling. I don't even think they're gonna fit on this table. This is not gonna work. This is just not gonna work. I knew this was gonna be a hard video to film, but I did not realise that I could not fit them all somehow on here. I'm going to move these over to my bed. Before I can declutter, I need to have them separated by brand and semi-organised. So yeah, let's go. It's not for me to say you love. Okay, so now that we have established that I have a ridiculously large collection, it's time to organise these into brands and count them. So I am going to, again, fast forward through this because it's going to be very boring for you, but I'm excited to see how many we've got all together. It's not for me to say you love. Here is my entire lipstick, lip gloss, ultra satin lip collection. I'm kind of dumbfounded right now. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes counting them and I will be right back. It's safe to say that I'm a little bit out of breath after that. I'm just debating even now even though I'm filming this video, whether I should do the Colourpop one separately. And the reason being is because I've already got a Colourpop swatch video on my channel. I swatched 15 shades there, but let's start with those of colours. So yeah, in total I have 184 lipsticks, lip glosses, lip conditioners, lip exfoliators, lip creams, yeah, and anything in between. So that's not including my lip liners, but that is basically the majority of my lipstick wardrobe. I know for a fact there's an Essence lip gloss missing, but I can't think of like much else that's missing there. Like I'm pretty sure pretty much every single thing else is there. I've just checked my bags as well and there's nothing in the bags. No, actually there's about 7 things there that have not been opened yet. They are backups because I got them on a really good deal. This is not to try and justify my astounding number of lipsticks. Every single lipstick I got there is pretty much part of some sort of deal or some sort of bargain or some sort of discount. Being someone who's an ethical blogger who does not purchase from brands such as L'Oreal, Estee Lauder and products under that category, I wanted to see what else is out there. So I have got a pretty large number of lipsticks. 184 is way too much. That will be going down considerably today. So we're going to start brand by brand. Like I said, everything is going to be down below. Let's start with Dose of Colours first. I put it all in this basket. I have got 16 items from Dose of Colours. Dose of Colours is a mid-range to high-end brand. It's an American brand and it is available on beautybae.com. You can also order directly from Dose of Colours themselves and pay the shipping and customs charges on their site. Now for all of these swatches I will not be wearing a lip liner, and the reason is because I want you guys to see the colours properly, and also I don't have time for that. This is going to be a long enough video as it is. I'll just show you what I've got. Now the first thing that I know I'm going to get rid of straight away is this lipstick in the shade Angelic. This was actually a free lipstick from them. It was like part of a promotion where if you brought like, I think it was the Desi and KT collection or the collab that I got, and I ordered like an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter and then 2 of their lipsticks, and I got this for free, and this is in the shade Angelic. And it's just not a shade that I would ever reach towards. It looks horrendous. I can't even think of anyone that would look nice on, and it's been at least 2 years. This is going in the bin. I will have a little counter of the number of lipsticks that I'm getting rid of on the screen for you guys. These swatches are not going to be neat, by the way, because like I said, I've got a lot of lipsticks to get through. So I'm sorry, these are not my best swatches. But also for brands such as Medora, which I've swatched all of those, I'm not going to be swatching them. I'm just going to go through and bin the ones that I actually will be honest with myself and not wear. These lipsticks came in a set of 4, and then I actually got 1 of these as part of a birthday present once. These are beautiful looking lipsticks. I will leave the prices of these that are singular on the screen somewhere. So in a set of 4 I just saved money, and I'm actually not going to get rid of any of these, and the reason being is because they are all tones that I like to wear. We have got the shades Cinnamon Swirl, Toast, Mocha, Brulee, and I've got 2 of the Cinnamon Swirls. I should not have opened the second one, to be fair, like that was a bit silly. But I will definitely be wearing it, and what I'm going to do is just make sure that I have at least one of these in my handbag so that I will be using this up. But yeah, I'm not getting rid of them. I love the packaging. The quality is very, very nice. They're like a creamy finish. So the finish of these lipsticks is a very beautiful, soft, matte finish. Super comfortable on the lips, but not shiny or unflattering in any way, and I find that the shades just flatter my skin tone so well. The colour I'm wearing right now is Cinnamon Swirl, and then I have the shade, this is a shade Brulee, and it's a really nice pink colour. This is definitely light by itself. I would probably not reach for that alone because it is very light, but I would mix that. And that is the same with this is the shade Toast, and you can actually see in the Toast swatch that it's got a little bit of a dark mix in it because I mixed this with another shade and I put this straight on top of a darker lip. Toast is a really nice like neutral, actually it's not even neutral, it's more grey toned, but it's a very like grey browny nude, and again a really good mixing one. And then we have the shade Mocha. Now from all of these, if I'm going to be really honest, Mocha is probably the one that I would reach for the least. So I'm going to put this on a maybe, and what I'm going to do is I know I'm going to find it hard to let go of some of these things, so I'm going to have a pile of maybes that are going to be out on my desk, Actually, I'm going to put them in the lipstick holder. This is going to be the first maybe. And if I don't reach for it in the next 3 months, they have to go. That's going to be my little rule for myself, because if I'm not going to reach for it, if I'm not going to want to wear something, there is 0 point in it collecting dust or expiring. It might as well just go. I'm not hoarding for the sake of it. This is just a large collection over a number of years. This is not like I did not just wake up one day and get paid and was like, let me just buy all these lipsticks, over 100 lipsticks or almost 200 lipsticks. Like, no, this is, trust me, over many, many years worth of lipstick collecting. Yes, it's excessive, and that's why I'm cutting it down. This is steps to, you know, this is progress, guys. This is progress. I know some of you are probably still shook at the number that's on the bed. I'm still a little bit shook, to be honest, but here we are. We are where we are. And also, how beautiful is Cinnamon Swirl? I absolutely love it. Right, I'm just going to get my lipstick holder. So this is my first maybe. Okay, next up, I know I look absolutely hilarious right now, but next up we have 2 of the Desi X KT Dose of Colours collab. Now, the one on this side is the shade Aesthetic, and it's literally one of my least reached for shades. It's a deep, warm, terracotta, orangey kind of colour. And I just feel like it just is not one of my favourites. Like, I would rather wear Ashton by ABH over this. I don't know what it is. I think it just pulls a little bit too orange. It's not the most flattering. It is in my teeth. I don't love this. So this I'm going to put to the side. I'm not going to just straight check it out. But this one here is my main, and it's looking super light, as you can see, but it's actually a very, very flattering nude for anyone who is like around a Stromboli and NARS. And also, I love this for lightening up any shades that are a bit too dark, you know? This is a really good colour, and I love the formula of this. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this. This is going back in my basket. And then we have the original liquid lipsticks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Now, I really, really like the Dose of Colours formula, and because they are an American brand, I feel like they're not spoken about much by like UK beauty bloggers, but the formula is really, really good. It's slightly less drying than the ABH ones. I have said this before, but I still love the ABH liquid lipsticks because the colours are beautiful, and I don't mind that they're drying because I know they're a bit more drying, so I'll do a bit more prep for my lips before I wear them. These I find a little bit less drying. They are transfer proof, they will last the whole time you need them to last, and the colour selection is amazing. So what I'm going to do for these is, I can't see myself getting rid of any of these because these were expensive. They're not too old, they're definitely still within date, and I do rotate them and wear them quite a lot. And I brought the shade Strawberry Pop and Extra Saucy as potential wedding shades for myself because I wasn't sure of the shade of red that I wanted, and I didn't actually end up wearing either of them. My makeup artist Sufi, she just mixed a bunch of colours together. But yeah, I really like the formula of these. I am not going to be buying any more because I don't need any more, because clearly I have more than enough. 8 is more than enough for like anyone. Now I'm going to do half and half lips. So the first one is Supernatural, and bear with me. You might be thinking, why on earth would you keep Supernatural? It's the most foundation lip colour ever. I agree, and that's why it's such a good shade to have in your collection, because it's so good for mixing. The formula of Dose of Colours is pretty lightweight, so I find it super easy to either like mix it with another brand or just dab a tiny little bit on and like make an ombre sort of in the middle of the lips. That makes your lips look so much bigger. Honestly, if you've not tried that, you need to try it. And Bear With Me is one of my most used shades if I'm looking for a nudie colour. Again, super light, but I love this. With some of my deeper shades, I put a deeper colour like around my lips, like Lolita 2 for example, put a little bit of Bear With Me, mix it up, and it just looks so flattering. And yeah, I am definitely a huge lipstick mixer, which is why I have so many. Another reason why I'm trying to justify myself, I should probably stop trying because it's not working. But anyway, the next 2 are going to be Truffle and Old Flame. So Truffle is literally the perfect nude for a Pakistani skin tone, and I am obsessed with it. This is one of my most used shades. I will definitely be repurchasing this one like above all of the others because it just is perfect. I just need to make this the perfect lip, I would just need a little bit of a deeper lip liner just around the edges to make my lips pop a bit. But it's just the perfect go-to nude shade. And I don't need to add anything else to it. I don't need to mess around with it. It's amazing. Now on this side, I have got the shade Old Flame. I like this. I will keep this in my collection. It's a very pretty light orangey kind of colour for the spring summertime. However, I would not be repurchasing this because I don't reach for it enough, if that makes sense. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it up. But once we're done, we are done. So that's the end of that. Next up, we've got Campfire and Strawberry Pop. Okay, I'm just letting Strawberry Pop dry there, but this is Campfire and I love it. It's basically like a lighter tone version of Ashton. Again, such an easy, flattering, you can just put it on without even thinking about it kind of shade. This and Truffle are my absolute favourites from this brand. I love them so, so much. Now on this side, we've got Strawberry Pop, and this seems to be taking a bit of a while to dry down. Honestly, I kind of regret picking this one up because it's very bright. I don't typically go for these kind of colours. Maybe I should switch it up a bit, and that's kind of why I'm thinking like I should keep this in my collection, especially because I'm going to be chucking away a lot of the Colourpop ones today. I will be keeping Strawberry Pop, but again, I would not necessarily repurchase this. I feel like this is a very popular like Pakistani kind of shade because a lot of Pakistani girls wear quite minimal, simple makeup with a very bright lip, and that looks super youthful, super flattering on them. It's not my cup of tea, but I would like to try and push myself to use it. So actually, let me put this one in the trialing thing here. So I've got two in the trialing thing. If I don't reach for it in the next couple of months, it needs to go. I have the shades here, Bittersweet and Extra Saucy. Bittersweet is a very bright, true red shade, and Extra Saucy is much more of a dark pink kind of autumnal colour. Again, the contrast is throwing me off. Yeah, Bittersweet can go in the pile of I'm not gonna use you, there's no point in me keeping you. This is just me completely out of my comfort zone. If you like this kind of tone, I hope this video helps you because you can, see what it's like on my skin tone. Listen, too bright, too in your face, too much like a red kind of highlighter shade. It's not for me. Now on the other side, we've got Extra Saucy. It's like a nice purpley colour. It's quite a wearable deep purple. I am going to be putting this into the trialing one again because I like the shade. I just want to see if I actually end up wearing it. That's Dose of Colours done. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 10 that we're definitely keeping. I have got rid of 3 and 3 are in the trialing stage. Now this trialing stage, but like lipstick storage situation, we actually don't have that much space. Now you might be thinking, Ikra, you're crazy, there's so many empty ones. But if you think about the number of lipsticks I have, there's not that much space, and I've already used 3 out of my first brand. So hopefully this doesn't get filled too quickly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this whole trialing thing. I think that's the only way to really see if you're going to properly use something, if you have too much of something, is to just keep it out in front of you and see if you gravitate towards it. And if you don't, it probably could just go away. Right, I'm going to get the next couple of brands because now, not including ABH, just on my bed, like the next couple of ones are like random miscellaneous brands. I'm just going to do it in the order that they are on my bed. I know it's not in alphabetical order, but if you were curious about a specific brand, then again, you can pop it down in the description bar and check that out. I found it quite funny actually how I was like, I'm going to keep all of these Dose of Colours lipsticks, and then actually when I was decluttering, I was like, Ikra, you need to be strict with yourself. There's no point in doing this process if you're just going to hold on to everything. The next brand I've got is Pixi, and I only have 1 lipstick from them. This is in the shade Matte Beige Nude Colour. I'm kind of letting these lipsticks dry down a bit because I am aware that some of them look pretty different when you first apply them. This one, I love the applicator first of all. The doe tip is so helpful because it's got that point at the end. You can really like line your lips with this and be precise, which is great. Now matte beige is, I think it's quite a flattering colour. It's a very nudie shade. But the formula is super lightweight, super comfortable. I like this. And I'm going to keep this and I'm going to push myself to use this more because it's a nice colour and it's definitely still within date. Okay, next brand is Jouer Cosmetics. So from Jouer, I have two of the liquid lipsticks. I remember when these were all the rage on YouTube. And the two shades I've got is Melon and Noisette. I'm going to do the half and half thing again for you guys so you can see what they look like. But actually, unfortunately, these are pretty dried up now. So I'm going to swatch it for the purpose of the colour for you, but I think they're telling me they need to go. So, two completely different shades, as you can see. I remember being pretty disappointed with both these shades. Melon was too light, and the formula is just, can you see? Kind of like sticky. I mean, obviously this is, the fact that it's so thick probably means that it needs to go in the bin. I even remember like the formula being like this when I first applied it. I just wasn't impressed. It wasn't comfortable. It's not even that it's like that heavy. It is pretty heavy, but it's just like sticky and irritating. I don't think liquid lipstick should be sticky. So that's going to go straight into the bin. And Noisette, it was just too dark of a tone to work well for my skin tone. I know that people who are like Barcelona or Up, this looked amazing on them. I am going to chuck this in a bin as well, and honestly I am not going to be buying their liquid lipsticks again. The rest of the lipsticks I have not been that drawn to. And I just honestly, I want to use what I've got. And when you've got so many things, it does just get overwhelming. So the rest of this year and the start of 2021, inshallah, is just going to be about using things up, especially in the lipstick department. And the next brand I've got here is Makeup Forever. I, again, only have two items from them. This is a lipstick, the Rogue Artist Natural Lipstick in N14. It has been one of my most used lipsticks. And you can't even tell that much because there's still quite a lot of it left. And that is because I do tend to rotate through my lipsticks quite a lot. But this is such a lovely lipstick for day to day. It just provides a really natural, flattering sheen on the lips. Super comfortable, super lightweight, definitely like a lip gloss in a lipstick form. This is the kind of lipstick that's going to go into my bag and I'll just, you know, quickly apply it without thinking about it because I know it will look good. So really do recommend that if you're looking for a very natural kind of lipstick. And then I have this lip gloss and I feel like I must have got this in a TK Maxx sort of bargain frenzy. So this is in the shade 100p. Yeah, I definitely got it from TK Maxx. I'm just going to swatch this over here for you guys. And as you can see, it's pretty much just a clear gloss with a tinge of gold. I know this is already like a glossy lipstick, but I'll just show you what it looks like on top. So I don't know how well you can see in the camera, but that has definitely added another oomph to my lips. It's slightly sticky, which I don't mind too much. And what I like about it is you can't see the gold flecks coming through too strongly. I feel like it might have made the lips look a little bit warmer, but I really like this. The formula is really good. You know, Makeup Forever are one of my favorite brands of all time because the quality and the formulations are so well thought out and they very rarely get anything wrong in my opinion. I just hate that they discontinue a lot of things. Well, that's annoying. However, this is going to be staying. I actually don't have that many lip glosses, as you guys will see. Yeah, that's going to stay. Okay, the next bunch of lipsticks I have are, oh, my Smints, are pretty much all drugstore lipsticks. I don't actually own loads of drugstore lipsticks if we're not counting the Colourpop ones. A lot of my lipsticks in my head are like high-end or mid-range because of ABH, Kat Von D, Dosal Colors, etc. But yeah, I do have a little collection going on here. So I'm going to swatch these for you guys, some of them. Let's start with the brand E.L.F. bit of a random bunch here. I've got 4 products from E.L.F. Now this doesn't really count, but it's in the shape of a lipstick, so I included it anyway. This is their Sweet Cherry Lip Exfoliator. What I'm going to do is remove what I've got on my lips now and actually try it out, and if I don't like it, it's going in the bin. Do you know what? That's actually done quite a good job at making my lips feel really smooth and soft, and I do like how, compared to the Lush one, this is actually very mess free because it's all in a stick already, whereas the Lush one you kind of have to dip your finger in, and that's not as hygienic as well. So I'm going to be keeping this, and this is going to be going where my skincare is, so I can use this on a, you know, every other day basis rather than whenever I look through my lipstick collection. Okay, next up we've got 2 of their glosses, or their lip lacquers as they're called. The first one I absolutely really like. This is in the shade Moody. So you can see on this half of the lips I've got the shade Moody on. It is like, for me it's like a My Lips Look Better kind of gloss. Very simple, very easy to throw on. You don't have to think about it too much. I like to use this top up lipsticks if I'm not feeling the matte vibe. I will say that the longevity of this is pretty poor. I definitely have glosses that last better than this. So I'm going to be keeping this. I'm going to be using this up, but I probably would not repurchase the E.L.F. lip lacquers. And then the next shade that I've got is the shade Bubbles, and I definitely got this by mistake. So this is Bubbles next to Moody. Bubbles, as you can see by the packaging, has got little flecks of glitter in it. And I feel like if you were maybe 10 plus, Bubbles would be a really cute option for you. However, for me personally, I cannot see myself reaching for this, and I feel so silly because basically I wanted to get the clear gloss in lip lacquer form, and I don't know if it was my mistake or if it was Superdry's mistakes or from the E.L.F. website or whatever. There was a mistake made, and this came in my basket twice instead. So I feel really bad that I'm going to be getting rid of this, but I'm not going to reach for this, so I'm not keeping it. That is another one gone. And then the final thing we have here was a free gift, and this is the E.L.F. Cranberry Lip Pencil. I've actually not tried this on, so let's see what this looks like. I like the fact that it's got a point. I don't know if it's because I just like wipe my lips, but on the swatch it's coming out a lot stronger than it is on my lips. It's like almost like a tint, quite a sheer red shade, which I suppose would be good if you're like looking to get into red lips, but you don't want to commit to a deep red lipstick. And actually, in the viewfinder, it looks okay, but I can't see myself reaching for this. However, because it's brand new, I'm going to put this to the side, and I will ask my sister-in-laws if either of them could see themselves using something like this, and if not, that will go in the bin. That is definitely out of my collection. So the next brand is Collection, and I have 2 of their cream puffs. Who remembers these? These were all the rage back in the day, and I think the formula of these was so unique at the time, and everyone just loved how comfortable they were. So they've got a velvety soft matte finish. They're a lip cream. I have these. This is in a shade, I think, Cotton Candy, and this is in the shade Caramel 2. Okay, so Cotton Candy, first of all, I feel like it's pretty much dried out. I would mix this with other shades back in the day, but I think this is gonna have to go in the bin. Goodbye. And Caramel 2 is a very lovely, flattering, soft brownie nude. I'm gonna be keeping this. I'm going to put Caramel 2 alongside with the Makeup Forever lipstick into a separate little pile, and that's just going to be for my handbag / car, because because I gathered all my lipsticks together, the ones that I want to kind of wear and use up and just reach for on a daily basis, they're going to sit together, and it's not going to be too big of a pile. Would you guys believe I only have 2 products from the Rimmel line left in my collection? I used to have so many of their Apocalypse and so many more of these Kate lipsticks back in the day, but I did declutter them, and I was left with 2 shades of these Kate lipsticks. The first one is in the shade 03. Okay, so this is another one of those like foundation lips that just blanks out your lips completely. I think I've held on to it because I feel like it's such a good shade just to completely mix in with other colours and make them really light. However, I did keep a hold of Dose of Colours Toast, so what I'm going to do is swatch them next to each other. And this is 03. Do you know what, you guys? I know they look very, very similar, but I feel like there's justification to keep them both because Toast is a little bit deeper. This is a bit more of a nudie pink. Again, I very rarely would wear 03 by itself, but it could kind of work with a deeper lip liner. However, I would typically use this to mix with other lipsticks. I'm going to put this in a trialing one, not because I'm not sure about whether to keep it, but because I need to just keep it out to mix with other colours and use up. And then the final Rimmel one, the second and final one is the shade 11. Okay, so 11 is a gorgeous, really beautiful red lipstick shade. It's one of those colours that makes your teeth look whiter and brighter, and I feel like it's not too light or too bright for a medium skin tone, and it's super affordable. However, I am going to get rid of this guy because I've had it for a really long time and I just do not reach for it enough. And I know that within my collection there is like a Colourpop Ultra Satin Perfect Red shade. Again, if you want to see my whole Colourpop Ultra Satin collection and swatches, then I'll leave a link down below. But I know that I've got a Perfect Red within my Ultra Satin line. The Ultra Satin line will give me better longevity than a regular lipstick, and when I'm wearing a colour like this that's so bold and bright, I don't want it transferring around my face. So this is gonna go. I feel a bit sad about that because, you know, I've cut my collection down to such a small amount already, but gotta be honest with what I'm actually gonna use. So we've got one Topshop lipstick here, and then we have one Barry M lipstick. The Topshop lipstick is in the shade Mink. This was a huge beauty blogger craze of a shade. As you can see, oh, I've just swatched it on top of that, so let me do a swatch here. So it's actually very similar to this matte colour here. It's a glossy looking brown tone nude. I'm just going to try this on. In my head I was like, I'm going to get rid of Mink because I just don't use it enough. Let's try it on. Honestly, I don't love it. Now what I'm going to do is see if I can make this work with 03. Apart from the fact that these swatches are horrendous and it looks like I'm 5 years old putting lipstick on, I just think Mink is too much of, as stunning as the swatch looks, the brownie tones and the warmth that you see in here, it does not for some reason translate on my lips. So Topshop Mink is going into the bin, goodbye. And then I also have this Barry M lipstick here, and this is in the shade 151. And you can just see from the bullet how intense this shade is. So I will swatch this over here. I don't know why I've kept this. I really don't. It is the most vibrant, bright, orangey colour. Bin. I'm not going to use it. I haven't used it up until now. It's one of those that I've always kept thinking, oh, maybe one day I will have like an outfit in which I will definitely wear a neon orangey lipstick. No, that's just not the case. And then the next brand is Sleek Makeup. So these two little sizes here were part of a Christmas gift set, and then I've got this colour here, and I have not even opened it. Hollywood, I believe. I think it's just Hollywood by itself. So I'm gonna bust these open and let's see what we think. Okay, this one is the Rusted Rose Matte Me Metallic Lip Cream. The colour payoff is, and I think it's supposed to be very light, it just doesn't do anything for me. It's just a weirdly metallic-y grey coloured lip. This is going in the bin. I don't know why I didn't check that sooner. You know, sometimes when you get a gift set, you're like, oh, I would not normally buy that colour, but it's part of the gift set, so let's see if I wear it. I didn't wear it, and it's been about 2 years. Now this shade, Vino Tinto, I like this. It's a little bit patchy, but the formula is super, super lightweight, and the Sleek Matte Me's were actually like the first pioneering drugstore version of a liquid lipstick as far as I can remember, and I had like the light pink shade for ages and I had to chuck it out. This is it's a nice colour, but I do know that I have a deep purple that has got a slightly better like non-patchy payoff than this. So again, this is gonna have to go. Honestly, I've cleared out so much stuff, you guys, from my wardrobe and from my room, and it was just the most amazing feeling. I felt like, oh wow, I actually really didn't need all this stuff, and now I have a little bit more space and can kind of breathe a bit better, and it's great. So I put Hollywood on half my lips, and first impressions are it's a no. Based on the fact that I don't see myself wearing a lip like this ever really, because it's too vampy and dark for me. However, the formula is very nice and lightweight. Like super lightweight. I'm going to try and mix this now. But yeah, can you guys see? This is what Hollywood looks like. It's a deep brown with a red undertone in my opinion. Again, very flattering for making your teeth look white, which I definitely do appreciate, but let's see if I can make this semi work. So I'm going to take some of Bear With Me on a little brush. No, not working, not working. Right, so this is going to go in the pile for my sister-in-law, so I literally just opened this. So the next round are all drugstore kind of lipsticks. I'm going to start with Makeup Revolution. So I've got this lip conditioner, and actually this came at the perfect time. Oh wow, that's lovely actually. It looks thick when it comes out of the tube. That just melts away onto your lips. Definitely keeping that. Thank you so much, Makeup Revolution. These three lipsticks, I am not going to swatch because I've already swatched them on my channel. These are the Revolution X Soph lipsticks in the shades Cake, Syrup, and Fudge. I really liked all of them. The only thing is Fudge was super dark. I will swatch that here. Super dark, warm brown shade. So I'm going to put Fudge in the trial category, but Cake and Syrup, very pretty flattering colours. Cake I'm actually going to put in my everyday lipsticks because I can see myself using it every single day. And Syrup, just to compare, swatch it on my hand, it's like the little lighter version of Fudge. Again, quite similar to these guys over here, probably the shade that's in between these two because it is a nice lightening shade. Could possibly get away with wearing it by itself. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to put this in a trialing one as well, just so that I can mix it up with other shades, just like 03. Actually, let's compare 03 and Syrup. So can we see that at the bottom there, we've got 03, and 03 from Rimmel is much more of a pinky tone shade, and then this is Syrup from Revolution, like Sophie. Very nice, and definitely not the same. I've got one of their lipsticks in the shade Breathe, which is in this beautiful gold packaging. This looks so high-end and luxurious. And then I have one of their liquid, well, Pro Matte Supreme lip pigments. So let's try it on the shade Breathe first because I can't remember how I felt about it. Formula, nice, comfortable to wear. Straight away though, this colour, it leans too much on the grey. If I just swatch this here, see that is again next to 03 from Rimmel. It's just too grey, and it could look decent on me, but as nice as the packaging is, this is gonna go. And then the lip pigment. I feel like these just do not look like the same shade at all from the window to my lips. This is a very similar shade to the Dose of Colours Supernatural. So if you're looking for a dupe, then Makeup Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in the shade Veil is that. It's a good dupe. However, I do not need more than 2 or 3 lipsticks that are this light in my collection, and yeah, I just don't need it. So I'm going to be getting rid of this. It's a decent product, like quite light formula, and it is drying down now, so it's comfortable to wear and obviously really affordable compared to Dose of Colours. Super affordable.
2 hours later.
I had to stop for dinner, but we're back, and I have decided that I'm going to do the Colourpop ones in a separate video because honestly we would be here for like over 2 hours. I'm sure this video is already way too long, but I hope you're enjoying it, and if you're watching it segmented, I hope that's helpful for you. So next brand is Primark. I own 4 of their lip products. I know their lip liners are honestly amazing. I really like them, just like so many other people on social media. But these things, I'm not such a big fan. So first things are, we've got the PS Matte Lip, and this is, don't even know if this has a shade name, it just says Flammable, and I don't think that's a shade name. But this was in one of the like basically a Huda Beauty dupes. The doe foot is exactly like the Pixi one, as you can see. And then you can just see that the colour is quite a pasty pale shade. It's just, even the formula, I've hardly had this for very long at all, but it's already like dried out, so I am going to get rid of this. I didn't really enjoy wearing it. It was quite thick to wear. I wouldn't recommend this version of the matte lipsticks. And then this is a lip lacquer. I think this came in a set, so this is supposed to be like the cream version of the liquid lipstick, so kind of like Huda's got her matte and her demi matte. This is the same. So let me just try this on. Do you know what? I really like that formula. It's lightweight. I like the finish is a bit more glossy than I would prefer, but it's not a bad finish at all. And the colour itself is a really decent nude. It's kind of like a yellowy brown nude, very flattering for a medium skin tone. And as you can see, that just took one swipe and the pigmentation was good. So I'm going to be keeping this. Well done, Primark. This is the PS Nudes High Shine Lip Gloss. And then this is the PS Nudes Matte Liquid Lipstick. I believe they also came in a set. I'm not sure, but let's swatch these. So this is the matte one. So the matte one is a much lighter version of this. And the formula is more like a liquid lipstick. And it's not as thick and pasty as this. So let's put this on. That literally matches a lip lacquer perfectly, except I'm guessing this is going to dry down into a matte finish, whereas this is going to remain a bit shiny. I really like this colour. Obviously it is super nude, but I think it's a good mixing colour, but also with a deep lip liner this could look really nice, so I'm going to be keeping this. And then this is a High Shine Lip Gloss. That shade is beautiful though. That is such a nice nude colour gloss. I don't have a ton of glosses, by the way. This has dried down now to a matte finish. It's not settled into any fine lines. It feels really lightweight. You can hardly feel anything at all. And then this one is still a sort of glossy, slightly lighter shade. Let's try this gloss on top of the matte. I think that's pretty decent, you know. This is definitely more on the warm side. This is a lip lacquer, and this is the matte liquid lipstick with the gloss on top. I wouldn't buy this again, like when I run out, but I think I will use this. I'm gonna put this in the trial on my lipstick holder. I'm really happy that I'm doing this video as well, because it's kind of like rediscovering my own stash. So next brand we've got here is Wet n Wild. I actually had so many lipsticks from Wet n Wild, like so many, and the swatches for those are already on my blog back when I used to write on my blog often. And these are just a few lipsticks that have remained. Now this lipstick is in the shade In the Flesh, and I have this one here in Bare It All. Bare It All hasn't even been opened yet, but it's definitely been around for a while, so I'm gonna open this and see, like, hopefully it still like works fine. But these lipsticks honestly I've had for so long, and I've kept In the Flesh and I've kept Spotlight Red because they're both shades that I don't wear too often, but I did really like them. Now these are some of the first lipsticks that I really loved. However, let's see if I really want to keep them now. This has been through it. So this is In the Flesh 912C. See, even just like reapplying it, I've remembered exactly why I love this so much, because the formula is so nice. Like, you can feel it on your lips, but it's not too heavy feeling, and it's just the most comfortable matte shade. It's super comfy to wear. I really like this, and like, if you're in the future, make sure you write this down because I'm gonna be rebuying this. It's a very flattering colour. I'm gonna chuck this one away though because I feel like it's doing some funny things to my lips. I've had it for too long. It is definitely expired. But yeah, In the Flesh is just such a flattering tone for a medium skin tone, and if you're looking for an affordable lipstick, check these out. The formula is just up there with the rest of them. It's so good for the price. And then this is like the one that I've just opened now. This is, I don't know why though, the shade is on the lid. Bare It All 902. This is such a nice nude. I really like that, guys. Look, here is Bare It All by Wet n Wild. I just love it. Again, it is slightly earring on there, a little bit too nude, but with a deep enough lip liner, it would be perfect. Honestly, I really like this. I didn't realize how many like light nudes I had in my collection, because I do tend to gravitate towards the same similar sort of color family. But now that I've like gone through and I'm chucking stuff out that I don't need anymore, it's such a good feeling to be like, yeah, this is what I have, this is what I'm going to use, and like use up before they expire. I really like that. Honestly, Wet n Wild lipsticks are some of the oldest in the game and some of the best in the game. Two more Wet n Wild products. These are the Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Colours. They're basically like the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil dupes. I have two shades here and they look super similar. This one is called Looking for Truffle, which is cute. It's like a play on Looking for Trouble. And this is a very like deep brown mauvey kind of shade. And then I have this shade here, which is called, oh no, can I turn this? Oh great. Oh no, okay, well this one snapped, so I guess we will not be swatching this one. This was a really nice colour though, I don't even know which one it was. This was a nice everyday kind of shade. That's going in the bin. So let's try it on Looking for Truffle. So less colour payoff than I remember it having, but the nicest like balmy texture ever. So comfortable to wear on the lips, and I feel like this will be a really lovely shade for the colder months that we've got coming up, and so easy to just sort of throw on and just colour your lips in with. So I'm going to put this in my testing trialing. I like it and I will definitely be wearing it in the colder months. Okay, so the next brand I've got here is Essence. I have two of their products, but I definitely own more. I definitely have a lip gloss that I'm missing here. This is my favourite one though, but there is more of a pinker one and I love that too. Essence is one of the most underrated brands ever, honestly. Like, it is such a good brand. It's just a shame that you can only really get them in store here in Wilko stores, and I know not everyone has a Wilko near them. I don't have a Wilko here in Dundee, which is frustrating, but I guess it's good for my bank balance. So the first one is this Essence Matte Long Lasting Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade 02 Beauty Approved. These are basically like lip creams. I don't know why my voice went up so high there. I don't really know why this is called a lip gloss when it's clearly not glossy. It's a very similar thing to like the Collection lip products, but this is like a way bigger size. It's a bit of something on the lips, but I don't know if it is worth keeping, you know, like I like it, I don't love it. So I'm actually gonna get rid of this just because I'm trying to also cut down on my collection, and there's so many things that I could think, like, you know, let me just keep it for a while and see. This is decent. Look, it just gives a light wash of colour to the lips. It reminds me a little bit of the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lips. And then we have this lip gloss. I love this, you guys. I have talked about this so many times. I'm sure I practically use this in like every single drugstore tutorial that I've ever done. This is just their Shine lip gloss, the wet look line. Love the packaging, love the doe foot. This is literally the perfect My Lips But Better kind of shade, and it is just beautiful. There you go, it's just stunning. What I love about the Essence lip glosses are they are not sticky, they are not annoying to wear at all, they don't feel heavy to wear at all, and especially this one, it just goes with any lipstick that I've got underneath and it just amps up my lips. I obviously, as you can see, I do not have super full lips. I have quite thin lips actually, like my bottom lip is fairly full, my top lip just decided halfway through I don't want to, you know, exist anymore. So a lip gloss I feel like is essential to make your lips fuller and more plump and juicy, and that is literally one of my go-tos. And last time I went to Milton Keynes to stock up on my Essence brow stuff, I was looking desperately for this shade and I just couldn't find it, and it was so sad. So I'm going to try, and I think there's a website called Just My Look which stock Essence, so I think I'm going to try and order 1 or 2 backups, because this literally is a lip gloss that I would feel very sad without. And I know I have a lot of products in my collection, but I'm just saying that is one that is 100% worth keeping. Okay, now the next load of products are all one-off. They are all like random miscellaneous brands, or just brands that I don't own a ton of things from. But I just realised that I did not try on Spotlight Red from Wet n Wild. Sorry guys, hang on, let me just film that bit right now. So now to try on Spotlight Red. Spotlight Red from Wet n Wild is a true orangey tangerine bright red shade. I'm gonna get rid of this because it's gone off. Like literally I thought it was like a dark pink shade because the colour of the tube has changed. I've just put it on. It does appear as it should be, but I've had that for way too long. However, the shade is beautiful. If you're looking for a kind of red of like this and you're a nice complexion, definitely get your hands on this. Again, super affordable and worth your money. So starting off with Fenty, I have their original Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. Again, this is a product I've worn so many times, but I'll just show you on half my lips. And my lips are stained from all these swatches. But you can just see it's a really beautiful peachy toned gloss. I reached for this so much, you guys, and there was such a hype about it when it first came out, and I did not succumb to the hype. I was like, no, I don't need any more lip products, but I'm glad I have it in my collection because I wear it so much. So that's definitely a keeper, and I would buy more Fenty lip glosses in the future. And then I had this Illamasqua lip gloss. This is one of their sheer lip glosses, and it's in the shade Enchant. I love the fact that like their applicator is like literally like a lip brush. It makes it so precise to put on. So Enchant is definitely a little bit more sticky than the Fenty gloss, but a really pretty colour. To be honest, the word sheer in the name should tell you this anyway, but the colour payoff is not crazy. So I'm going to put this in my to try thing here. I'm going to use it for the next couple of months and then get rid, because I've had that for a long time, and some of these products say 24 months, some of them say 12 months, and that one says 9 months. So I'm definitely somebody who does not stick, you know, strictly to the product use by date, because honestly I feel like until a product is looking a bit odd or smelling a bit odd or acting different, then that's when I know that like the formulations change and it's expired. Apart from that, I'm not going to chuck makeup away for the sake of it. So that's why obviously those Wet n Wild lipsticks had to go, because they had been, you know, open for too long. I'm not like obsessed with Illamasqua lip glosses after that. They are nice. If I get them on a good sale, I would potentially pick them up again, but you know, I'm not desperate to get more is what I'm trying to say. So from the Balm, I have one of their Meet Matte Hues liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Committed. And I honestly used to use this all the time. I'm pretty sure this is very dried out now. There's just a little bit of product left. So you can see why I used to love it. It was a very nice pinky nudie kind of shade. I'll just swatch it on top over here for you guys. Just super flattering for a medium Pakistani skin tone. Really like it. I literally wore this day upon day upon day for weeks and weeks and weeks. The formula is like a medium in terms of thickness. It's not the thinnest of liquid lipstick formulas, but it definitely doesn't feel heavy or uncomfortable. It does look flattering on the lips, and it does dry down to a true matte finish. I would buy these again in the future if they had a good deal on, but this has to go now because I've had it for way too long. This is the coloured Raine shade Mars, and I've got this because of Instagram, because so many bloggers of my skin tone were raving about this shade. I'm going to let it dry down a bit before I talk about the colour. But the formula of this is nice. It's again like the Balm. It's a true matte finish. It does not leave any sort of sheen on your lips when it's dried down, and the longevity is fantastic. Coloured Raine is a black owned brand. This colour though, for me, it's just not one of my favourites. I was a little bit disappointed because obviously, like I said, lots of people of my skin tone had recommended it, but it just didn't look as nice on me. This is too much of a grey shade. Like it just pores a little bit too cool toned, which I've realised is not my favourite thing, to be honest. Let me just sort out my hijab here. So yeah, I don't absolutely love this. I'm gonna put this on a pile to, you know, ask my sister-in-laws to see what they think. If they want it, they can keep it. Okay, next up we have Beauty Bakerie, which I believe is another black owned brand, and this is the shade Ginger Snap. It's their lip whip. If you're looking for a lipstick that will not budge no matter what the circumstances, no matter how hot it is, no matter how much greasy food you're eating, you need to get your hands on these lip whips. They are honestly incredible in terms of longevity. This is a shade that Safia Tasneem was loving, and she said it reminded her of Ashton by ABH, and I then I had to go and get it. The doe foot applicator on this is great. It's similar to that Pixi one where you've got the point. Oh, I just put a bit on my hand. Which makes it really easy if you're not using a lip liner to get a good application. So I'll just show you guys. But I am obsessed with this shade. I like it by itself. It's a really nice warm brownie shade. It's similar actually to the one that I am passing on or getting rid of from Dose of Colours, but it's just a little bit more flattering for my skin tone. However, I adore this mixed with a really light liquid lipstick shade. That is like my perfect lip shade, and I always get questions asking, what are you wearing on your lips, what are you wearing on your lips, and it's always this mixed with like ABH Crush or something like that along those lines, and it looks so flattering on my skin tone. I can't explain it, and it's definitely this as a base, so absolutely love this. The longevity is amazing, the price is really good. I think you get it from ASOS and you get it on sale, or you can student discount if you've got that. Really like this, and I would repurchase this, and that's definitely staying. And then on the other side, I thought I would show you guys this lipstick, and this is a lipstick by the brand Belle Piere, I think. I can't remember if I got this as part of a goodie bag. This lipstick is not playing around. It is a super bright orange. So this is a lipstick in the shade Mandarin, like mandarin, but daring. You see the play on words there? I like it a lot. And I will say that it is super daring. Now, I actually think that this suits my skin tone. I think if you are brave enough to wear a bold shade like this, you need to check out Belle Piere lipsticks, because actually the quality is nice. It's not the best quality ever, but it's a nice, comfortable, very lightweight. Like, I can feel the liquid lipstick on this side, obviously, because it's more of a heavier formula. But this side just feels so lightweight and so nice. However, the colour for me is not it, and I've had this for a very long time. So this is going to be binned. I think I just need to stop thinking that I'm going to be wearing super bright colours like this. Like, I get the idea of like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but sometimes I just get a bit carried away with that concept. Since I'm just going to be showing you a gloss on top, this is the Jennifer Lopez X Inglot lip gloss, and this is in the shade Peach Pearl. I loved her collection with Inglot. I picked up quite a few pieces and I think I reviewed them. And this is the shade of the lip gloss. So a really true peachy pink. You know, some peachy pinks are much more pinky. This is a real peachy lip gloss. How stunning does that look? That has just transformed Ginger Snap into the most beautiful peachy look. Alone, I think this is decently pigmented, but I do like to wear this on top of a liquid lipstick or a lipstick. I remember this being quite expensive for a lip gloss, so I'm definitely going to be keeping it. It's definitely going into the trialing basket, but only because I want to make sure that I'm wearing this. And actually, what I might do with this basket, if there's not that many that I'm not sure about, is I might start pairing up specific shades with lip glosses, so that when I am in a rush, I can just quickly pick up the two together and use them together, rather than rooting through my, you know, little basket here full of shades trying to figure out which ones would go well with which. So next up, I have the brand KIKO, and I do have a few of their lip liners. I can't remember if I've got rid of them, but I did have some, and this is one of their lip gloss pencils, which I thought was a really interesting concept, and I got this in the shade 10. I still think it's so cool how they managed to get a glossy formula in a pencil, and again, 10 is just a very, very nice blanked out nude, actually just a bit deeper than blanked out, so I feel like I could get away wearing this with a slightly deeper lip liner. I really like this. I've sharpened it quite a few times. I'm going to put this in my basket because I'm going to be keeping that. Very, very, very comfortable formula. You can hardly feel it on your lips at all. So then moving on to Limcrime. I think both of these were given to me in one of the Cult Beauty goodie bags. I didn't buy from Limcrime for a long time because of all the strange credit card situation going on. And to be honest with you, the colours and shades don't massively appeal to me. Like, they look really cool, but I just know that I wouldn't wear them. But this is a shade Cashmere in their liquid lipstick, and I can just tell that it's just not one that I should keep because it is so grey. Look at that. That is like a grey lilac colour. I'm not even going to swatch that, guys, because what the heck? That is just ridiculous. Like, no. That is going. And then this lip gloss looks so cool. This is the Limcrime Diamond Crush lip gloss. Just look at it. It looks so pretty. But I've hardly worn this at all. I've been a bit scared to wear it, to be really honest with you. Let's swatch this. Whoa. So that is like literally like a silvery purple gloss. Honestly, it reminds me of Fashion Side. Now, I wonder actually if this would look nice as an eye gloss. Oh my god. It looks pretty cool, but would I wear this for like a meal out or anywhere out? No, not on the lips. However, do you know what? On the eyes, I think that would look really, really pretty. Especially because it's got the bluey purple flecks going on. Now, I've kind of messed up my makeup, but it's fine. We're over halfway through this video anyway, so we're all good. I'm keeping this, but not as a lip gloss, as an eyeshadow topper, because for me, this is this is too much. But for an eyeshadow topper, beautiful. The next category, or the next brand that we have, is Kat Von D, and I have 4 of her liquid lipsticks. And I know that the brand has changed. I don't know if these shades have changed, but honestly, you guys, these are some of my oldest liquid lipsticks, but they are some of my favorite. Like, the shades are just up there with my ABH shades. I love every single shade that I own. I have worn them all so well, and they've lasted for a good couple of years. I don't even want to think about how long I've had them, but they're still going. So I really, really do recommend these liquid lipsticks. Have got very flattering shades for a warm Asian complexion, and I think that the quality of them is super good. They are slightly more on the drying side, but I wouldn't say they're as drying as ABH. So if you find ABH too drying, but you want some beautiful colours, and you haven't checked out Kat Von D yet, please do check them out. I literally love all the shades. So the first one we've got is Bow and Arrow. It is a grey nude, but for me it's more of a wearable grey nude. From all of them, if I wasn't going to buy one of them again, it would be Bow and Arrow, because it is definitely more on the grey nude side. So by itself, it's pretty edgy, pretty grungy. I'm going to put this in my like to use up basket thing that I've got going on here. It's a nice shade, but I do always mix this with a darker pink or a like slightly more deep colour, and this just adds a little bit of light back into it, and it makes it really wearable. So Bow and Arrow for me is primarily a mixer shade. I do think that it's kind of dupable, or I can do the same thing with a different kind of shade. For now, I'm going to use it up and then get rid. Double Dare is beautiful, honestly. I am obsessed with this shade. It's literally like me and a liquid lipstick. It was in one of my top 10 liquid lipsticks ever. By the way, I have not even spoken about that yet, but I do have a video that's literally like from all my lipsticks that I have. I went through all of them and I picked out the 10 that I wear the most, my most worn liquid lipsticks, and this is in them. It's beautiful. It's just a stunning cross between a deep pink and a little bit of orange in there, and it's matte and it's muted, and it's so flattering to a medium skin tone. So again, I need to use this up because it's drying up already, and also I've had it for a very long time, but I would definitely repurchase this. Not anytime soon because I have so many, but Double Dare will like kind of be one that I'd always want in my collection because it's just a very reliable shade for me. Next up we have Lolita. This is one of the most famous shades on the whole internet, but actually this isn't the original Lolita. I don't even know the whole backstory, but there is like a whole forum about the backstory of Lolita if you're interested in finding that out. Basically, this is the shade that she has labelled as Lolita that's sold now. I hope it's still sold. And I feel like this is like the grungier version of Double Dare. So here is Bow and Arrow, here's Double Dare, and here is Lolita. You can see they are very similar. They're definitely in the same colour family, but Lolita just has a bit more coolness to it and a bit more darkness to it in the most flattering way. It literally looks good on every single skin tone, from the fairest of fair to the deepest of dark. I've seen it look amazing on all skin tones. It's such a nice shade, and especially for those of you guys who have like a medium Pakistani skin tone like I do, this is like my go-to shade in the autumn winter. Again, it's another one that I can just put on and not even think about, like not even worry about, not have to mix it, not have to get the right lip liner. It just works. And because it's a matte lipstick, it's going to last throughout as long as you need it to last. It's going to last throughout eating and drinking and everything. So absolutely love this. Again, this is going in my basket to use up. and then to repurchase one day. And finally, last but not least, we have the shade Lolita 2. Lolita 2 actually does not really look like Lolita 1 at all. I feel like Double Dam and Lolita are way closer together in colour family, but I'll just show you the four of them up close together. Lolita 2 is obviously the one right at the end over here. It's a very, very flattering orange toned liquid lipstick for a medium skin tone. Another one, again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the reason why I love these shades so much is that they are all the ones that I can just throw on without having to worry about anything else. I don't need to find a matching lip gloss or a matching lip liner or anything. They just work super well. Bow and Arrow, I don't like really wear that as much alone as the others, but the Lolita 1, Lolita 2 and Double Dab are firm staple favorites. Now right now my lips are pretty dry because I've been swatching for a good 2 hours at least, so I'm feeling them. The formula of this is definitely going to be drying, is what I'm trying to say. If you hate drying liquid lipsticks, these are not going to be your faves, but for me, the colour and the longevity makes it worth it. And when I do wear these, I will obviously always go in with like a lip conditioner or some sort of good lip balm, like the I like the Paw Paw balm. That's really, really good. So yeah, absolutely adore those three and would consistently repurchase them. I hope that you guys are having like snacks, by the way, and drinks, because this video is going to be one of the longest videos I ever post. And I'm getting pretty tired, but we will keep going. So I have Charlotte Tilbury up next, and I actually only own 2 of her lip products, even though she has the most stunning collection of lipsticks ever. I am always really hesitant to buy a lipstick when it's like above the £20 mark. So I'm like, I have so many already, I really cannot justify this. But I do have 2 of the Hollywood lips. These, as far as I can remember, are like a cross between a lip cream and a liquid lipstick. They are supposed to be like non-drying but long-lasting, essentially. The first one that I got is the shade Charlotte Darling, and that's exactly how she says it. And I'm going to put this on this half of the lips. Yeah, so it's got that kind of moussey texture, which you can easily like press around and move around. And when I first got this, I would adore using this with like Ashton, just putting this in the middle and again creating that really amazing illusion of having fuller lips. I think the fact that the formula is slightly drier makes it easier to do that with, because sometimes if the formula of a liquid lipstick is too wet, when you're trying to mix it, it looks quite patchy, whereas this, it has a right consistency to be able to mix with other shades. So yeah, I definitely would keep this. As far as repurchasing this, possibly. I mean, they are a really nice formula. They're very, very comfortable and they will not dry your lips out, even though they are going to dry down to a soft matte finish. So yeah, I possibly would repurchase this, but I'm in no rush, if that makes sense. And then on this side, I've got the shade Screen Siren. So this shade is pretty sentimental to me because I was going to wear this on my wedding day, because this is pretty much the exact colour of my langa. My langa was a very true red. I did not want a burgundy, I did not want a bright orangey red. I wanted a true red, and this is what Screen Siren is to me. And the fact that it's got this like soft matte finish meant that it would be comfortable to wear on the day. I will be keeping this because I paid quite a lot of money for it, and it is a really nice red, and I've just got rid of a couple of reds as well. But I will put this in my trial thing because I want to wear red lips more. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to red lips. I don't wear them enough, and I feel like I should, because you know what? Sometimes a red lip is the exact kind of glamour that you need in your life. So I'm just going to take these off, and honestly my lips are like screaming at me, and I'm just looking at the pile of ABH lipsticks behind the camera like, why did you not start with those, Ofra? Why? And guys, can you imagine if I had done the colourpop one today? Legit, I think I would have quit YouTube. I think that would have made me quit YouTube. The next brand is Gerard Cosmetics. These are the Hydro Matte liquid lipsticks, and I have 2 shades, 1995 and Everything Nice. Everything Nice was shown in my top 10 lipsticks of all time. It is literally me in a lipstick, and I've already said that for one shade before, but this also is. You guys, I am in love. It's so beautiful. It's a perfect combination of nude with the orange and the grey undertones mixed perfectly. It literally is everything nice to me. It's so gorgeous. I don't have enough good words to say about it. I think it is incredibly flattering on my skin tone. And then on this side is 1995, and as you can see there is like a smidge amount of difference between the two, but if I had to pick one, it would be Everything Nice, because Everything Nice is literally one of those go-to shades for me. I've reached for it so many times. I've worn it in so many videos. It's gorgeous. 1995 is like the perfect 90s liquid lipstick. It just has 90s grunge written all over it. It's also flattering for an Asian skin tone. I love it. Now, Everything Nice has basically dried out, and you can literally see the line marks where I've tried to scrape it out. So I'm going to be sensible now and get rid. But I will repurchase that at some point when, you know, when I've reduced my liquid lipsticks and lipsticks down by a sizable amount and I've used things up. I will pick up Everything Nice again because it is beautiful. And then 1995, I still have quite a lot of the lipstick left. I'm going to put this in my, I've just put on some more of this Revolution lip conditioner. My lips are honestly, I feel like they're about to fall off. But we're moving on to my favourite brands of all time. This is the high-end brand, and this is the brand NARS. Now, I have 5 of their velvet matte lip pencils. I think one of them is a velvet satin pencil, but 2 of them were actually goodie bag gifts or like birthday gifts from Sephora. I've not made a Sephora birthday order in a while. I stopped doing that a couple of years ago, but when I was first like really getting into makeup and growing my collection, like that was one of my favorite things to do, and all those hauls are definitely on my vlog somewhere. But yeah, these are really, really good. They were the height of fashion in terms of makeup in the makeup industry with bloggers, and they were just so popular. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through the shades and swatch them for you. The first one is the shade Walkery, and I do have the NARS pencil sharpener too, so I'm just going to give these a bit of a sharpen. So this is the shade Walkery. It's a very subtle orangey brownie nude color everyday shade. Love it. Gonna put this in my trial basket so I use it up more basically. These were like the first kind of matte things that were not lipsticks before liquid lips, if that makes sense. The texture of this is definitely matte, but it's not like heavy or drying. And then the next one I'm going to swatch is the shade Bahama. This was like literally one of my all-time favorites. I was obsessed with this. I wore it so much, and it's one of my smaller ones because I've sharpened it a lot. So hopefully you can see the difference. This is Walkery and this is Bahama. Bahama is actually like more of a grey toned nude, but both of them I think are super flattering for an Asian Pakistani skin tone. I like them both. The formula is really good. And do you know what? These will actually last such a long time. Do they have a date that you have to stop using them? Not as far as I can see. I just feel like these are going to last for ages, and they are worth the money you pay because you get so much product. You literally use a very small amount to go over your lips, and I have to sharpen them maybe every like 7 or 8 uses. So it's a really good value for money. And yeah, I think these two are kind of colours that I could just slip into my bag and wear them on a day-to-day because they're kind of fuss-free. Don't need to think about them. You just pop them on. Next up we have the shade Dolce Vita. So this is like the newest one in my collection. I haven't brought them in a while, but this is like the last one that I brought, and honestly like it's a really nice spring summer shade. It's quite a brighter shade, so to speak. I'll just swatch this over here. So there you go. Those are the 3 shades that I've tried so far for you guys. But I do find that the formula for this is a little bit more sheer, which isn't a bad thing because you can just really quickly apply this and be ready to go. But I'm keeping this because I paid so much money for it. However, it's not one of my like all-time favorite shades, and I feel like the color payoff could be a bit better, and I would not repurchase it. And then one of these mini ones here is in the shade Rikugen. I don't know how to quite say that. This is one of their more glossy satiny formulas, as you can see. Actually, the KIKO gloss stick is very similar to this. So this is kind of like a My Lips but better, barely there, mauvey, kind of glossy, sheeny kind of shade. Again, super great for every day. So I'm actually going to put this in my pile of everyday, throw in the handbag, pull out lipstick so I can use it up. It's very comfortable on the lips. And yeah, just I don't have much to say about it. I don't think it's like a spectacular colour or an like incredible formula like this one in particular, so I wouldn't repurchase either of these two, but since I have them I will be using them up. And then the final one that I've got here is the shade Cruella, and Cruella I was at one point considering for my wedding lipstick. Again, it's this red one here. It is a really beautiful true red shade. It leans a little bit more on the blue side, so it makes your teeth look really white. And again, the formula is very comfortable and it's like a pencil matte formula, so it's not going to be super drying like a liquid lipstick might be. And I do really like this. I'm going to keep this in my collection because it's a fail-proof red. I don't really wear red lipstick enough, like I said, but here's to hoping that I do more. And then I have two of the NARS lipsticks, and they're both very different packaging and different lines. So I'm going to start with this. This is a pure matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Tonkin. I will swatch this next to Cruella. Now I saw one of she used to be my favourite YouTubers and she's kind of stopped making videos now, but she used to love Tonkin and it looks so good on her, and she had a similar skin tone to me. Literally every single time I wear this I just wonder like why I don't wear it more, because it's such a gorgeous shade. I just want to show you guys up close. It's again one of those fail-proof shades. I don't need to think about it too much. It's a really nice browny nude shade without being too brown or too grey. So flattering, so flattering. Tonkin is beautiful and I would repurchase this shade. And then I have one of the NARS Audacious lipsticks. I don't know if any of you remember when these came out, they were all the rage. They have the coolest packaging ever, magnetic. It's just in a really sleek looking bullet here, and it's an Audacious lipstick in the shade Barbara. I will show you guys up close. Da, 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 da. Basically the perfect nude. I love this. I've used it a fair amount, but obviously I still have quite a lot left because when I first got this I was like, oh, I can hardly use this. It's so expensive. For me, this is very expensive. Like, I would not just randomly spend £25 on a lipstick, but now that I'm, decluttering and actually being responsible with the amount of makeup that I have, I'm going to be, I've chucked out quite a lot so far, and I'm going to chuck out more, I know. So then the stuff that I do have, I'm going to cherish and use up properly and wisely. So this is Barbara. So formula-wise, Barbara is a little bit more satin, a little bit more comfortable than the pure matte over here. Although having said that, this says it's pure matte, but it's not drying or uncomfortable at all. Barbara is actually quite a light shade. It's a light grey kind of pink nude. So I would definitely pair this with a deeper shade lipstick. I could also wear this with a deep lip liner as well. I love this, but I really need to wear this because I spent so much money on it. It's like, what is the point of having this amazing collection and then just sticking to the same 10 shades? Pretty much every single day I do wear something on my lips, even if it's just lip balm. So yeah, I should be wearing these. Honestly, guys, I hope you are staying with me. I hope it's not just me talking to myself here, because this video just feels impossibly long. So Stila, I have 4 of their liquid lipsticks. I'm sure I had more, but maybe I decluttered them. I don't know. So these little sets here, they're quite good value for money. They always roll around Christmas time. And I have the shades Besso, Baki, and Rico. Now, straight off the bat, I'm going to be getting rid of Besso. I will swatch it for you guys. And the reason for that is because, as beautiful of a red as it is, it's just too vibrant, and I definitely prefer wearing a red that's this tone than this tone. And you might be thinking they look very similar, like I don't really see the difference, but it's just not for me. Like, it's just too bright of a red for me. And the shade Baki, again, I'm going to swatch this for you over here. This is a lilac-y grey colour. It's very similar to Limcrime Cashmere, just over here. And so I will be getting rid of this as well, because I just do not ever gravitate towards lilac toned shades. So goodbye to you. And then the only shade that I kind of really liked from here was Rico, crossed between a deep purple and a brown, as you can see. As nice as it is, I am going to make the mature decision to pass this, well, offer to pass this on, if not just get rid. It's just too dark. Like, realistically, I'm not going to wear it. Now, the one shade from Stila that I do have in full size is Caramello, and I'll show you what this looks like on my lip. Half of it anyway. Oh my goodness. So super opaque, not too thick, Definitely not as drying as the ABH, but it does dry down to a matte finish. Caramello is pretty much like the even lighter than foundation kind of shade. It's a good mix-up, but it's just too light. It's too light. And I actually look at the amount of times I've said, like, you know, if it's a good shade to mix with, I don't need this. So I'm gonna again offer to pass this one on. Oh, by the way, the formula of Stila liquid lipsticks are nice, but I just don't love the shades. I don't gravitate towards the shades. Even when it comes to mixing the shades, it just seems like too much of a faff. Stila, I just think that the shades are not really made for a medium skin tone. Now moving on to the brand Ofra. Ofra Cosmetics is an American brand. You hear Kathleen likes to talk about it a lot, and I have 3 shades from Ofra. So this one I definitely got in a sale, and it's in the shade Saint Tropez. I definitely have worn this like a total of 1 time maximum. It is such a bright bubblegum pink, and I think that this could actually look decent on a certain skin tone, a deeper skin tone and even a lighter skin tone. But I'll just show you guys. The term hijabi Barbie comes to mind, and it's not a good look. Not a good look. So this is going in the bin. Now this is so annoying, but the packaging of this is completely rubbed out. If I can figure out what shade it is, I will let you guys know. But whatever shade this is, I really, really like this. Literally another colour that I can just throw on without thinking about. It's the perfect My Lips But Better in liquid lipstick format. Very, very comfortable formula, by the way. Like super, super comfy. Takes a bit of a while to dry down, and when it does dry down, it does not feel heavy or cakey on the lips. Whatever colour that is, I love it, and I would definitely buy that again. And then I have this one. I've literally just opened this now. I'm just going to give the insides a bit of a stir, and this is the Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick by Ofra in the shade Charmed, and this is what the packaging looks like now, I believe, because they did update their packaging. Almost the exact same as this one. So I wonder if this is the old version of Charmed that I've just swatched. The only difference is that this seems to be slightly warmer in tone, whereas this is a little bit more on the grey side. The more it's drying down, the more it's looking the same. I think I just solved my mystery there. So these are both Charmed. I'm going to put this one in my basket, this one in the to use up pile because I've had it for a while. So I just swatched those 2 Ofra colours together. And if I'm being really picky, I feel like this one's a smidge bit more pink. But honestly, I do think that they are the same shade. Maybe because with the new packaging, they slightly adjusted the colour. I don't know, but I am 99% sure now that this was Charmed, because I remember talking about it before, but obviously the packaging has rubbed off. ASOS. ASOS came up with their own makeup line, and from what I tried, I was not the biggest fan. I bought 2 of their liquid lipsticks, both in like nude colours. Immersed and Observant. Let's start with Immersed first. This was just too much of a dark brown. It has the same moussey formula as some of the other liquid lipsticks that are becoming very popular, and I think they do this so that it's more wearable, more comfortable, but it was just too much of a cool tone brown. Not for me. I bought these fairly recently, like within the last 18 months, so I will ask them if they would like that. And then I've got the shade Observant. The same exact formula, but like a much lighter version. How many of these very too light colours have I got now in my collection? I can't even explain to you, so that is also going to go. Don't need them, don't even reach for them, to be honest. Was not massively impressed. And then moving on to one of the loves of my life, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know. So many shades here, and yes, some of them are definitely repeats. The ones that I have 2 of that are open, which I don't know how that happened or why that happened, is the shade Stripped. Stripped is one of my favourite 2 light nude kind of colours, but it does definitely pull towards pink, which is nice, whereas a lot of these 2 light nude colours pull towards way more towards grey. I just swatched both of them there to see if there was like a difference, or I could tell if either of them were off, and they definitely do not seem to be. So I will keep them both. One will go in here, one will go in there. Lord knows why I have 2 of them, and I wish I knew which one had opened first so I could know which one to use up, but they actually look like they're in the exact same position. Anyway, this is always a shade that I tend to use for the middle of the lips, but I'll just show you. It makes a pretty believable foundation lip. kind of look. The next lightest shade I have is the shade Crush. I've had these for so long. I'm very surprised that they've not gone off. They seem to be working absolutely fine. That is Crush and that is Stripped. So Crush is definitely more pink and it is more wearable in my opinion than Stripped by itself. Crush I have worn by itself with a deeper lip liner. I like it. It's a nice nudie pink shade and I've definitely used this to mix with other shades as well. I have given Ashton its own whole lip swatch because it is that special to me. I rinsed this shade for a good year because honestly it is one of the most flattering shades in my opinion for my skin tone. It is definitely more of a cool weather kind of shade. I would not reach for this in the spring summertime that we've just had. Perfect amount of warmth, the perfect amount of nude. I am just in love with this and I actually have a backup. So when ABH do their sales and they do like 50% off, I was just like, I need to have a backup of Ashton in case anything happens, you know, in case there's like a thunderstorm or something and I need Ashton to come and help me. And I also have a backup of Crush, but this is like a mini version of Crush, so I think I might have got this in a goodie bag or something. And yeah, Ashton is just bae. I'm going to move on to two more of the nudie darker colours now. So we have two shades which I thought I would love as much as Ashton and I just don't. Like, they're not horrendous shades, but as I keep saying in this video, I don't typically love my grey tones and I feel like both of these are very grey toned. We'll start with Starfish. Starfish is definitely a yellowy grey nude and actually I think this would look amazing on deeper, warmer, richer skin tones than my own. You know, both these shades look fine. They look very grungy if I'm going for that grungy feel, but I don't gravitate towards them very often. It's a nice colour, but it's just not my ideal like cup of tea. So I'm going to put this in my maybes basket. If I don't reach this in the next couple of months, I need to pass it on or get rid. And then I have the shade Roxanne. Roxanne. That is not the lyrics, but let's keep going. Roxanne is a literally rocky sandy colour. It's a strange, unique, purpley grey brown shade. I just don't love this. I'm going to be strict to myself there, and because I'm not vibing with Roxanne at all, whereas like with Starfish I feel like maybe I will keep it for the more autumnal months. Roxanne, I'm going to put this in my to pass on pile and take this out of my collection. Guys, I've just reapplied my foundation around my mouth for like the 8th time. So if I don't have a breakout tomorrow, it will be a miracle because bruh. So moving on to some of the brighter shades now from ABH. Let's swatch these two. So the first one here is Allison. Okay, I always say brighter when I look at Allison in the tube and then I see it on the lips and I'm like, what the heck? There's literally like so much more darkness on my lips than there is from the tube. This shade is a catfish. It is a catfish of a shade. Having said that, I do think it's a flattering brown shade. Now the trick with ABH lipsticks is to not let them dry down if you're going to mix them. So if I just put a smidge of Stripped there in the middle, you can see that I actually have got quite a nice combination of a brown lip with a nude centre. Not perfect by any means because I'm swatching about over 100 lipsticks today. However, you get the point. Allison is a nice brown colour. I would not repurchase because again I expected it to be more of a deeper pink shade, which is what I wanted, and Allison did not turn out to be like that. Allison is definitely a warmer brown shade, as you can see over here. And then the next shade is Bittersweet. Now these two, Bittersweet and Dazed, and I think there was another one, came in a liquid lipstick set around Christmas time. Her liquid lipstick sets are really worth it. So Bittersweet is literally the darkest brown lipstick, liquid lipstick in my collection. It's so striking and it's very bold in a deep dark way, not in a bright way. I like this. I could make it work. I'm not going to get rid of it because I don't feel like I've given it enough of a chance in my collection. And I think I would end up mixing or maybe even putting a gloss on top for a bit more of an edgy look. You know, a deep glossy lip could look really nice, especially in the colder months. It's a nice one to have in my collection, but definitely not an essential for me. And then the final ABH liquid lipstick we have is in the shade Dazed. Days is a shade that I really like. It is a gorgeous mix between, I want to say like a red and a brown, but not too dressy, not too showy. I feel like it's a very empowering colour. I can't explain why, but I just think it suits a warm skin tone so much, and I really like this. I would purchase a full size of Days. I would buy it again when it runs out. And then on this side, I'm going to show you the caramel lip gloss. I have one of the ABH lip glosses. Again, when it was on some sort of offer, because I do find these are quite expensive. All of the ABH lip glosses I have were brought on offer, by the way. Honestly, obsessed. No stickiness, amazing pigmentation for a gloss, and caramel is such a flattering colour. Sometimes I wear this over lipstick and I'm just like, why did I do that? Because it's basically like an opaque gloss, which I don't have many of, as you can see from my collection. So I love this so much. Maybe not every day, like I feel like this is a bit too glamorous for work, to be honest, but I would wear this like on the weekends, and just like it's a colour that I don't really need to think about, but I absolutely adore. And I would definitely buy more ABH lip glosses because I think they are worth the money. They're expensive, but you do get what you pay for with the lip glosses and with the liquid lipsticks too. I just wouldn't repurchase every single shade, as I have said. So yeah, that is the caramel lip gloss and the liquid lipstick in Dazed. The end is near and I'm so excited. Now the next set of lipsticks are my Medora lipsticks. I will not be swatching these because I've done a whole swatch video for them. I'm just gonna, oh my god, okay. That one is definitely gonna go in the bin then. So I'm just gonna go through and get rid of the ones that I am not gonna wear. I've got this 566 shade. This I was keeping like, you know, another one of those, it's springtime, I might wear it. Look, spring has been and gone, summer has been and gone. Granted, we've been in lockdown, but still, I didn't wear it. Now this shade here, this is the 285 one. Really pretty, flattering pink shade. It reminds a bit of Days by ABH, but a brighter version, sorry. So I'm keeping this. This is very nice. If I want a like nice rich pink lipstick, I will go for that. And this shade here too, this is the 522 Coffee. Also super flattering and super nice, and it seems to be working fine even though I've had these for quite a few years, so keeping this as well. The shade 552. This again is very flattering. I liked both of these. If you check out my swatch video, you will see. So that I'm going to be keeping. This colour here is 224, and I believe this was a true red. Yes, it was. I know I now have like 3 red lipsticks, but in my defense, that's the only red true lipstick that I have kept so far. And then there's also 217. If we look at the difference, 217 is definitely a lot more of the brighter kind of red, which I said that, you know, I typically don't really go towards. I think it did look nice on me, but I'm going to get rid because how many like red lipsticks does one need? And then the final Medora lipstick I have here is a shade 216. This is nice. It's a pink shade, as you can see, a pinky mauve shade, but I just don't reach for this as much as I would reach for like these colours, for example. And I could use it as a mixer, but then I have so many mixers already, so let's be sensible. Goodbye. So the next category in this video is my little minis. How cute are these? I am a bit of a sucker for baby makeup, mini makeup, and these are all like little samples of very high-end, very expensive lipsticks. I'm just going to tell you straight up, none of these are going in the bin. I'm going to use this up until they are used and then they'll go in the bin. The first thing is the Dior Addict Maximizer. This is like a very unique product because I feel like a lot of brands try to copy this in terms of the plumping lip glossy effect. I think it's decent. I honestly like, it's such a small little teeny weeny size that I don't always notice like the biggest difference when I'm using this, but I will be putting this in my handbag and using this up, and it will be probably in an empties very soon. The next one is this Hourglass lipstick, and this is in the shade Grace. You guys, can you just appreciate how cute this is? Grace is very light, and maybe if you are Caucasian or you have a much lighter skin tone, this could look nice. But I will say that because it's quite a sheer formula, it can kind of look like a very sheer, very basic nudie colour, or it can be mixed in with another shade. We then have this Burberry lipstick. How gorgeous is that packaging? You've got the monogram print there, and this is in the shade Nude Pink number 05. And do you know what I love about this? You guys, look at the detailing on that lipstick. It's literally got the embossing on the lipstick. Can you see how similar they are in formula? It's like a barely there. You can hardly see it kind of colour. And same with on my lips. You can hardly see this. But it does make a bit of a subtle difference, adds a bit of shine, adds a bit of pinkness. Again, another one that's going to go in my bag until it's used up, and then it's going to go in the bin. And then finally we have this little mini Marc Jacobs one. I think this was part of a Sephora goodie bag. And this is in the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Tiny, teeny, teeny, tiny, weeny, whiny lipstick. And actually this is refreshingly got much more colour than the other two. It's this beautiful, rich, deep pink shade. I don't own any Marc Jacobs lipsticks at all, like in full size. But I have heard really, really good things about them. So this is definitely a pink that's not in my comfort zone. However, I do think it looks nice enough to keep. I do like the pink. The formula is really nice. You can hardly feel it on the lips at all, but the coverage and the colour payoff was intense. So pretty impressed with that little mini thing there. Right, moving on now to Morphe. So I have left in my collection 5 of their liquid lipsticks. These 3 are from a Christmas collection set, and then these 2 are just ones that I brought separately. So I'll start with this. Now I've got the shade Sweets here by Morphe, and it looks sickly. It really does look sickly. That's the only way to describe it. Swatch that there. It is incredibly light, incredibly nude. I'm going to ask if anyone wants it, and if not, that's going to go in the bin because I've got enough of those in my collection. But these 2, however, I really, really like. The sad thing though is that they are very much limited edition to this collection. So I'll just swatch them. I've got Lulu and I've got Dainty. It was actually in my top 10 lipsticks of all time. So this is the shade Lulu in the middle, and this is the shade Dainty next to it. Dainty is a lighter version of Ashton. Beautiful, beautiful shade. Absolutely adore it. And then Lulu is just a nice, wearable, but still very much nude shade. It's just a shame that they have not created Dainty in full size. I hope that they do, because that would be super, super helpful. But I do really like both of those, and I'm going to use them up until they are finished. By the way, I didn't swatch those because they're limited edition, so I didn't want to swatch something when I didn't know if you're going to be able to get your hands on them or not. And then from the full size, I've got the shade Mood and Peanut. I will swatch both of these. So starting off with the shade Peanut, like literally all of my sister-in-laws picked the shade up after my video because they loved the way it looked. They tried it on themselves. It is a very, very flattering medium warm skin tone kind of shade. Similar to Ashton again, similar to Dainty, but it has a bit more warmth in it than Dainty does. I don't know if you can see the difference between them in the swatch here. Has a little bit more warmth, pulls a little bit more ready terracotta-y. Love it. The formula of the Morphe liquid lipsticks, by the way, is A1. They are not too drying, but they do last a very long time. They dry down to a perfectly matte finish. And they're very comfortable to wear, so I really, really like that. And then I've got Mood on this side. Whoa, so Mood is the most vampy purple colour ever. This is the one I was talking about when I got rid of the sleek one earlier. This is literally the perfect deep dark liquid lipstick in my opinion, because it does not apply patchy. It's lightweight, but it still is super, super matte. And it's just very, very flattering again for a medium skin tone. You do have to be really brave to wear this. I'm going to put this in my to make sure I use pile here. And it definitely is an autumn winter kind of shade for me, but I really like it. We have reached the end. We have reached the end. I am so excited to have reached this point. I'm really pleased to see how many lipsticks are in the bin and in the pass on pile. And I'm just so happy. So the last brand that we've got is Huda Beauty. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her products here. 2 of these are actually full sizes because I love them that much. This one is a full size and it's brand new. So I had one of the mini packs. I also had a mini mogul. I feel like I'm missing one because this came in a set of 2. Anyway, so I had a mini pack of 4, and by the way, I really highly recommend her mini packs because these will last you for ages. Literally, I've had these for over a year and a half, at least, maybe even 2 years, and I still have them. They definitely are running out now, but really, really great to try and see if you really love the colours enough to invest in a full size, because a full size is not cheap. I believe they're about £18 to £20, so they are not cheap. Obviously, I waited for a sale, and I think I had like 40% off, so it was such a good deal, which meant that I had to then pick one of these guys up in full size. But anyway, let's start with the liquid lips. The matte, liquid mattes, whatever you call them. I am tired at this point, so whatever we say, we'll have to do. I've got the shade Bombshell, and I'm going to put Trendsetter on this side. I feel like the full size of Trendsetter is actually a lot darker than the mini size. Maybe it's been a very long time since I used the mini size. But anyway, Trendsetter is a deeper, more grey version of Ashton ABH. It's in the same family. They are nudie kind of tones for a medium skin tone. They are slightly orange based, very flattering, don't really need to think about it. Definitely an autumnal winter kind of shade. Really like the mini one, used it all up, so I got the big one. And then Bombshell is a peachy shade, as you can see, and this is one of my go-tos for spring summertime, with a deep lip and then a little bit of this in the middle. I personally really like Huda Beauty's formula. I know some people absolutely hate it. I just find it works really well. It's quite lightweight. It takes a bit of a while to dry down, but it definitely dries down to a matte finish, and it's not like too sticky or too thick. It just works. I like it, and I like these colours. So I have the mini of the Bombshell, and I have a big version of Bombshell too. In the swatches, Trendsetter definitely looks like it's more pink, and I remember it being more pink. So that's odd. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but have you bought a Trendsetter recently, and does it look different to what you remembered? Because this didn't quite look like this in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the mini Bombshell one now because I've got my big one, and this is basically, it's running out, it's looking a bit patchy. But yeah, this was a really, really good little set. The next 2 shades that are in this little collection are Venus and Flirt. This is Venus and this is Flirt. Flirt is the darker brown, and Venus is quite a flattering looking brown. Let me try Venus on my lips because I never used to love it, but do you know what? I quite like that. That is quite a nice browny grey tone nude. Putting this in my to use up basket because I want to use this up. It's nice. I actually can see myself wearing this a lot more now than maybe I used to. Maybe because I was very much more into my richer colours before, and now I don't mind a slightly washed out look. Flirt, on the other hand, it's just too dark, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't really like this. I would not buy the full size of Flirt. Might have to buy the full size of Venus now, especially since the full size of Trendsetter just does not look like what I remembered it to be. I mean, guys, I did not remember Trendsetter to be that close to Venus. Look how close they are. Don't know how I feel about that, Huda. Not that you're watching this video. And then, yeah, with Flirt, I'm just going to get rid. And then the final lipstick of all, drumroll please, we have the Huda Beauty Demi Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Mogul. This is in one of my top 10 lipsticks of all time because, like I said in that video, I'm going to say the same thing here to end this video. This shade just makes me feel like an absolute boss. It makes me feel like I'm pulled together. It makes me feel like my life is together. It is such a flattering, beautiful shade for a medium warm skin tone. I cannot even express or explain in words. I just want you guys to witness how nice it looks against my skin tone. Absolutely love this. So much so that, yes, I did actually buy the full size because I think it's 100% worth it. Very, very happy with Mogul, and this mini size has still got loads and loads of product left. I think I'm going to move this to these are the products that I need to wear on a day-to-day basis because I like wearing this on a day-to-day basis and it's super comfortable. The formula kind of reminds me a little bit of the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lips, but it's a more luxurious version and a slightly more glossy version, and the longevity is decent. It is not obviously going to last as long as a liquid lipstick, but that's okay because it dries down to a very flattering kind of finish, and it doesn't dry down patchy. It's not problematic. Honestly, her demi matte line, the formula is bang on. It's my kind of formula, and I would 100% be open to trying different shades. So that is pretty much my whole lipstick collection decluttered, minus the 100 or so. Probably I want to say like 70, actually 70 at least, 60 to 70 products from Colourpop. I couldn't do it, and a lot of you guys said do it separately because I think a lot of you guys are really kind people, and you know that this video would have taken hours and hours and hours of my time already to film and swatch and do. So I hope that you don't mind that Colourpop separate, because I could not do it. I'm so tired and my back is so sore. I'm going to sign off now. If you are interested in the Colourpop videos, then definitely stay tuned. I'll probably film that next week. I'm going to give my lips a good break from swatching, and also the other videos that I've done with swatches will be down below. The Medora ones, my top 10 ones, and all my Colourpop Ultra Satin ones, if that line even still exists. They will all be linked down below, as well as every single lipstick that I could find. That's going to take me another couple of hours. I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to turn the camera off and go to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up, because I put loads and loads of time into doing this. Honestly, this is like the longest video I've ever filmed in my whole entire life. Ever. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, guys.